You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com. The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGtv.com.
You're watching that. That's as good as we got for right now.
That was good, Al. I like that.
Great opening.
Set the tone for everything, didn't it?
Yeah,
well, it does.
So, hi, how are you? I'm Al. The other one's over there.
And I'm Paul
down here. And Cindy is here. And Green Irene is here. And we are some of the hosts at CBGtv. Thank you for watching. We've got some people chilling in later. And we're going to just kind of go through the motions of what's going on at the Karma Cup and how you're doing it. And we're going to do it. And while we're doing it, we're going to talk about any ideas?
Let's talk about weed.
You're not passing on messages. Our Facebook.
Oh, that was a good one.
Irene,
I'm just in the process of registering my kid.
You want to pull it up, Al?
Yeah.
Sure.
I pulled mine up. I did it. Now that sounds really, really bad. I pulled mine up on my show on Friday and did it.
Oh my God.
I did mine privately when I did mine, the same.
I'm going to do mine tonight publicly.
Green Irene. There you go.
So there we go. I've signed in. And there's at the Karma Cup website, and there's a souvenir judge pass.
So right click on that and save it, Al, and use that to share.
Yeah, because then you can share that on Facebook and Instagram and tag the Karma Cup.
You can send that to me as well, Al, and I'll put it in our next graphic.
Okay. All right.
I'm the protagonist in this show, folks, because I didn't get a kit. So, although I am enjoying the graphics, it is kind of cool. I like it.
And we can hear him today. We can hear.
But go
Paul.
Mohawk.
That is Paul Hartmann right there, down at the bottom, with the stunning voice. Maybe one day we'll hear his lovely wife.
And I see here, if you got a problem, you need some help, a little chat spot over here.
Yep. I was on there.
If you share your picture there, Al, on Facebook and Instagram and tag the Karma Cup, you can win 2 tickets to the award ceremony in September.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Oh, crap. I don't have that.
Unfortunately, I won't be available to attend.
Yeah. I'd drive to the city.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going. I'm kind of curious as to how it's going to be this year. So how do we tag it, Cindy? Just put hashtag Karma Cup, right?
Hashtag. I actually tagged them, so I did the @ symbol and I tagged their accounts.
Yeah, it says at the Karma Cup on Facebook and at the Karma Cup official on Instagram.
And I did their backup just in case as well on Instagram.
Can I just ask everybody? I've got the indica package. It's 7 grams dried flower. I've tried 2 of them. One of them put me asleep this afternoon.
Nice. Yeah. That's what you want an indica to do, right?
I was going to ask, how do you guys want to do the judging thing? Do you want to we'll pick one, roll one up, and then try it, and then wait 15 minutes?
Sure.
And then start the judging thing, and then maybe we can squeeze 2 in if we do it.
We can do some of the judging as we open it, because some of it, of course, is about sight and smell.
Yep.
Being the protagonist, Al, did you put you to sleep because you were bored or because it worked?
Well, at
just
first,
asking.
I was judging, and it was a little harsh and had a little bit of a back talk to it. And then I realized that I only rolled half of it, so I thought I'd smoke the other half.
Was that human error?
It was human error. Yeah. The computer had nothing to do with that one. The wind, the wind came in the window and blew a rolling paper on my tray. So I was like, so anyways, what I was saying was the one that I tried on my show the other night was the strongest one, which was 32.18% and 0.07% CBD.
So that was the yellow.
That was the yellow. Yep.
Yellow.
And then I tried the green, as I mentioned this afternoon. That was only 27. Now I chose that one for a reason.
Only 27.
Yeah, it's only 27 and it's 0.13 CBD. I wish they listed the other shit.
So did they reveal the name of
No.
the strain?
We
No.
won't find that out until the jump.
It just
Till September.
like each kit you can see there on top, Paul. It says what the kit is. It says indica dominant, and then it's got all these dots on it, and all these dots are the different packages inside, the ones that we're going to test.
Okay.
So do they tell you what companies
No.
are involved?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Wow. Crazy.
And what do you got there, Cindy?
Oh, I was just as you were talking about it, I showed off the fact that they all come individually like that with the dot showing what color, right?
Oh, mine's up.
Ah.
Okay,
Go ahead, do it.
Irene,
Irene.
may I
Irene.
suggest the gold?
Come on, Irene.
Is
Bust
there,
open. Let's go.
Yep.
Ooh,
May I suggest the gold? It's flipping phenomenal.
Which
I
one?
should have
The
gotten
gold.
those. Are they all
Gold?
ones or are they 0.5s?
Well,
They're all
actually, the
4
gold they're all one single gram, so 7 times
Yay.
1 gram each.
hey,
And
Irene, can
yes,
you open mine? Can you open mine, please?
do what I can. Do you
And
know,
I
I've got it
I
right at
weighed
the. See
I
that?
weighed one of my grams the other day, by the way, and it actually weighed over a gram. Like it was
1.4.
1.09.
1.04
really?
was the one that I weighed this afternoon. I
Oh,
just
now
to
you
see
guys
as
have
well.
me curious.
I've got to go get some scissors.
I gotta know.
Yeah,
Inquire.
mine
There's
was
no little-
I had to cut them all open.
Use
because
your
they were
teeth,
nice and
pal. Use your teeth.
Oh no! I just spent $1,200 in my mouth. I don't need to do it again.
Okay, I'm going for the blow. For the blue.
I'm gonna go for the gold one because now the gold one hybrid number 3 is 34.14% THC.
It is actually the strongest in all the kits.
Yes, and ooh, look at that.
This one's
Oh,
25.
it smells so nice.
Okay, here we go for the smell. Oh, I gotta open. I'll get.
Are we doing
Somebody's
yellow?
gotta
Is
open
that
up
what we're
the
doing now?
page. Hi, anybody who's watching. We're just a bunch of high people.
Yes, and we're getting
So-
higher all the time.
Paul.
1.06.
Oh, that's
Yes,
yeah.
Al?
That's good. I'm gonna make you bigger, Paul, because we're all getting our kits together
Hi,
and
Paul.
registering. And stuff.
My wife would like that.
I know. Paul is
gonna
a
make
very
me bigger.
individual dude. If anybody
Ow.
watching doesn't know,
That's what he said.
Paul is somebody famous's brother,
Sister.
brother
Brother.
from the same mother.
Yikes.
That gentleman is actually the artist of the paintings behind Paul. And
Yeah,
his name was
that-
Phil.
That one. It's actually a self-portrait.
He
Oh,
did that
really?
himself, right?
Yeah, it's a pencil drawing. It's Phil as a screw.
So yeah, we're talking about Phil Hartmann. So I wanted to ask a question. At what point did he drop the second N?
Just before Saturday Night Live.
Was it just because his manager said you need to drop the second end?
Well, he claimed at first that it was so that people would think he was Jewish. Because being Jewish in Hollywood really
Was the
gets you a
thing.
lot further, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then after his death, I found my I Ching book at his house, and in it was an index card where he had written his name out in every different way you could do it. Phil E. Hartmann with 2 N's, Phil E. Hartmann with 1 N, Philip Edward Hartmann with 1 N. And he figured out the numerology on each one of them.
Wow.
And what I figured out was he was trying to change his destiny number, which was interesting because his death was predicted in 1974. And my oldest brother was very high on LSD in Hollywood and went to a tarot card reading. And the tarot card reader said to him, "There's 3 brothers, and one of you is going to die in a very public fashion." And
really,
yeah. And that's about the freakiest part of that whole thing. And there's also some very interesting stories I can share about Phil trying to make contact.
Well, hey, let's hold on that. Okay, that's sounds like a really cool story, actually.
Very cool.
The reason I brought it up is because anybody who doesn't know who Phil Hartmann was, he was Saturday Night Live alumni, and several voiced several shows as well, animated shows and movies, right? Did a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz on The Simpsons.
Yep.
And he had his own sitcom with Dave Foley called News Radio.
And that's where Mr. Rogan came at it.
Yes, exactly. When he had hair.
His big, toady dough. You don't want that one on, Al. I keep bringing it up.
No, I'm gonna go jump on that one so I can go outside and I can consume some of these kits as we go through things because I don't smoke inside. So,
cheers, Al.
I'm gonna leave this spot. Okay. I don't want to give any more feedback. I already did that once to everybody.
That's okay. So yeah, I mean that was one of my favorite shows way back then. Was News Radio. And that's, like I said, where Joe Rogan got his first big TV break, although he did a lot of stand-up before then. The reason I'm bringing it up is because lately Paul has been on a bit of a campaign, and I wanted him to tell everybody about it because we're going to hear about it quite often during the show, periodically, I'm sure.
Well, number of years back, I started different campaigns for Phil. One to get him his star on the Canadian Walk of Fame, which I was ultimately successful after 2 years. We got him his star, and he won the Cineplex Legends Award, and that was a great event. And I got to say, they really did it right. And then the following year, he got his Hollywood star, which is prestigious, but it's something you have to pay for, basically, and it costs about $35,000. But enough of Phil's friends and people like David Geffen and Paul Sims, who was the producer of News Radio, and John Lovitz and some other people put up the money. And so Phil got his star, and it was put right in front of Hollywood Costume and Magic, which was someplace it was about 3 blocks from our office on Sunset. And Phil would walk up there, and every time he got a paycheck, he would buy something from there, usually a wig, and he would have a whole act behind whatever it was he bought. And anyway, so he, after he passed, he had done this recording just before he got Saturday Night Live called Flat TV, which was about a dysfunctional San Fernando Valley family and the television that they watched. And it was like commercials and sitcoms and different things and impressions that Phil did prior to getting Saturday Night Live. And it was meant to be a voiceover demo for animation because that was something he really wanted to do. And it vanished. he got SNL, and it was later found in the recording engineer's backyard shed, and it was playable, so it ended up being released as a comedy album. And my feeling was that, so I negotiated with my oldest brother, who was in charge of it, and got the rights to turn it into an animated short. And I went to work enlisting the aid of Brian LeMay, who lives in Mississauga. He used to teach animation at Humber and a couple other places there in Toronto, and done some brilliant work, and was able to channel Phil's artistic sensibility and comedic style just flawlessly. And one of the things he did, I had a doodle file of cartoons that Phil just kind of did sitting around, and we used as many of those as characters as we possibly could. And then Brian was able to draw and extract from that the rest of the stuff he did. And one of them, he even got his master's on, a Groucho Marx takeoff on Your Bet Your Life, and all done in 3D, and Phil voices all the characters in it, wrote it, and did some of the character design. So the idea is we're going to try to get Phil a shot at getting an Oscar in the animated short category.
You might have a good shot at doing that now because of this AI shit, right?
I think so. You know, it's a lot of times it's just the big companies are in that part of it anymore, and the Academy kind of gets tired of that. And if they can do something good and positive for one of their people who they felt could have gone further, they would probably do it. And that's one of the things I'm banking on. The director doesn't like me to push it as an Oscar venture, but because it's a lot of hoops you have to jump through to get there. You have to win a couple of film festivals.
No doubt, eh?
And they have to be qualifying festivals. And then that's extra money you have to raise.
Toronto and
yeah. So if we get a shot at it, that will be enough. You know, like if we win it, that will be another dream that has come true, and I'll be a happy person about it.
Well, you know, if even if it doesn't, it will keep your brother's name alive.
Yeah,
you know, it will
absolutely.
keep his whole career, because how many movies did he do?
Not that many, maybe about 8 or 9. You know,
really?
Jingle All the Way, House Guest,
with Arnold.
Greedy. I can't remember a lot of the other ones. He did one where he played a president, and I don't think I've even seen it.
You're very loud today, Al.
What was that? CB40? Yeah.
CB40. I don't remember.
The one with Bruce Willis, Blind Date.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh,
I know that one.
That was a good one.
This smell, the packages do leak odor.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a smell when I opened up the hybrid thing.
Yeah.
Even though they're all in tubes, there's a.
I'd like to remind everybody that now in 2023, odor is not a reason.
Oh. It is at the company I work for.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
Are all the questions the same? Like, for example, I understand the pre-roll would be different than the bud.
I don't know.
All of the questions across the 3 categories are the same. Like, you know, like you'll go in and, you know, you pick yellow and you go through the questions. So that's the same for like hybrids.
There are 13 questions. Yeah.
It differs when you go into the pre-rolls. They want you to do a dry haul on the pre-roll and rate that. So there's a few different things, right? And you're not looking for seeds or contaminants when you're doing the pre-rolls, as you do have a section in the buds for that.
Oh, do we? Okay, because I don't.
So do they give you a pre-roll of each and a bud of each?
No. There are like indica, sativa, and hybrids are all done in buds, and then they did a section for pre-rolls, and they did that.
Got a pre-roll.
Yeah, and they did that under the hybrids. So it says, hybrid pre-roll hybrids.
Ah.
Yeah. And now, didn't they also have pre-roll sativas and pre-roll indicas?
Yes. No.
You can get them from the OCS, can you not?
No. There are 4 categories. 3 of them are bud only: hybrid, sativa, and indica. And then the pre-rolls are just pre-rolls. They only come in hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wonder why they're not split up.
Hey, Al, can you? Oh, you're on your phone. Never mind.
Yeah.
I can pull mine up.
How many kits in total are out there?
4.
You want
4.
But
4.
What, and how many will be sold?
That we don't know.
No, that'll be a good question for Sarah.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming Irene's getting ready to pull up her screen there. But she's on
question 7.
She's on pre-rolls, but I can't see the question, so I would have to talk to somebody who's on the bud side of things.
Yep. So I'm going to do pre-roll 3 gold. So let's go there. So the first thing that's asked for is overall visual appeal. Well, I think it looks pretty darn good.
Well, hey, Al, can you blow it up there, buddy?
That's
nice
what
and
I was
stiff.
doing.
That's a big joint.
Put it there again.
That thing's huge.
It is. It's 1.06 grams because I weighed it. I don't before I spark up, I always take this little bit off because I have a tendency to set my face on fire.
Okay, that's the paper on the end.
Yeah. Oh, now it's got a really nice taste before. So let's go to very appealing.
What are you tasting, Irene?
There's actually citrusy. I don't taste diesel. I taste more citrus and earthy.
That gold one is my favorite so far.
Okay, so the quality of the roll, I'm really pleased with the roll itself. Like there's no cracks in it. It's nice and stiff all the way through. It's got like a nice uniformity. So I'm going to say it's well rolled. Selection of rolling paper. Does the look and feel of the paper appeal to you? Yeah, really. I don't care. Okay. Like it's not coming apart. The glue's not coming off. It's not overly wrapped. You see what I'm saying here?
Right.
Right there.
Not
right?
a big lumpy looking paper or anything.
Exactly. And even when I take a look at the tip that I cut off, it's nice. It's see-through paper. It's not heavy duty quality. Like it's not heavy duty paper, which is nice. The filter, I'm pleased with the filter. I like the length of these longer filters. This one's called the Freedom filter. I do because, again, I don't like when I get to the end of the joint getting those burnt hot lips.
Yeah, you know what I hate about them is that in the ashtray they look like a big roach, and you go to light up the roach, and it's a friggin' filter.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate that.
Right? Okay, so the dry inhale taste, I'm going to say, is very pleasant. And does the aroma translate to taste when evaluating? Does aroma translate to taste? Does the bud taste the same as it smells? Well, let's spark her up and find out, shall we?
Yahoo!
So, what are you having, Cindy?
I am rolling the same as you, indica yellow.
Indica yellow.
Yeah. I had that earlier. Actually, you'll be sleeping by the end of the show. I'm having the blue, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually really enjoying it. Good, Al. You'll enjoy it.
I don't know the questionnaire, so when
I brought it up actually. If you wanted to put it up. Yeah.
Well, is Irene finishing up hers there? Okay, hers is gone.
So, I'm enjoying. Actually, I am going to change that answer because does the aroma translate to taste? No. It now that I'm smoking it, I'm getting a very peppery, and a bit of diesel too.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Three High Guys, and we're all sitting here smoking a radiated weed, except for Paul.
Right?
No, it's all not irradiated.
Go Mohawks!
But 80% apparently is.
Yeah, not all of it is. Yeah, that's right. But I think most of them do. I mean, even our food is irradiated these days. So, you know.
Irene, is the pepper you're tasting from the chlorophyll that's in it, or is it a spice in the weed?
No, it's actually a spice in the weed. I'm not getting, like, as you can see, I'm not getting that black, dark yuck burn.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste chemically. Like, it doesn't taste. I'm very sensitive to chemical tasting. So I'm really impressed. There's no chemical aftertaste with this so far. The peppery is more like a spicy peppery. And there's a bit of a tingle in the nose from it. So that tells me there's diesel. I'm going to guess that there is the one somewhere in its lineage, this particular pre-roll is going to have something white in its lineage, like white rhino maybe, or
White Widow.
Or White Widow. Like, it's got that, I don't know how else to call it, that, it's got it. That White Widow that the whites tend to have, where I get that little itchy in the nose. So the ash is nice and white. When tapping it off, the joint stays nicely together, as you can see. It's not chunky or wispy. It's a nice joint. It's
the yellow one that I tried this afternoon, it was quite raunchy. I found it quite raunchy, and it gave me that little thing in the back of the throat there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I'm smoking the yellow now, and the ash is almost perfect.
Yes, it was a good ash. That I do agree with. Let me just make you bigger, Cindy. You get too many windows open now.
It's quite a nice ash, actually.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it's epic. Like, I mean, I'm finding it very smooth.
Explain that, Cindy. Okay, because this is something I didn't learn about the ash until I started hanging out at the lounge. So it's not always right, but for the most part, because your paper can cause color as well, right?
Right.
But basically,
I'm using Gizeh, though. I'm using a pure hemp.
In your Gizeh, yeah. The contaminants in your cannabis will come out in the form of black chunky ash, not white. You want the whiter the better, basically.
And
right?
it came off whole. Like, when I flicked it, it didn't come off in a bunch of pieces. It came off whole.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like baby powder. It's very smooth and beautiful.
Yeah. It's good for your skin too.
Yeah.
Just like
you can take me off full screen anytime.
No, I don't want to. No.
I've got my evaluation thing here already. I haven't got the page, but I've got a product here.
Okay, what one are you doing now?
I've got the blue like Al.
Okay.
Blue.
I'm enjoying this. It's
I've got it
really slow.
What's the flavor, Al?
I haven't got a clue, Paul. This is
woodsy.
This bud. See this bud here? It's the first bud that I've held since cannabis has been legalized. This is my first legal bud I've ever held.
So you've been getting the pre-rolls, right, Al?
I've bought some one small package of terpene infused pre-rolls, and then I've done basically Remo supercharged joints with his 2 grammars. And I've done beverages. But this is the first bud I've bought, and you know what?
Break it open in front of the camera. Yeah, break it open in front of the camera.
It's a little squished, but it's got lots of trichomes on it.
Does it have a nose, Al?
What's that?
Does it have a nose when you squeeze it?
No. Well, I can tell you when I opened the package, there wasn't any package. No smell.
We need some wine.
Wah. Does that work? Wah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, Deborah. Okay, now I've got a brand new
I'll
spanking
be right back.
I paid for mine.
Jack's Garage.
That's awesome.
67.16 is what I paid for it in Thunder Bay at Canacabana. What did you pay for yours, Al?
72.
Yeah, so there are. Mary Jane said that she's seen them at different stores ranging between 80 and 100. What did you pay for yours, Cindy?
So Cindy's gone for the moment.
Oh.
The cost of my that's okay. The cost of my kit was 76 prior to taxes. So with taxes, it was like, I don't know, 80 something.
You got charged taxes. Usually the price is included.
No, I got taxed.
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Every time I purchase at the store, I get taxed.
Every time when I go to the store here in town, it's all one price. They give you the price. That's it. And it includes tax.
Well,
Very cool.
I can tell you, the grinder's got a bunch of trichomes on it. There was some smell in the after I ground it up.
I think I still have my plastic grinder for treating yourself.
I used a brand new grinder, so it didn't have a smell.
I think I have mine from treating yourself still.
Oh, really?
Somewhere in a box. Yeah.
Like Cindy, I got my Gazette papers.
Yep. You like the blue, eh?
Yeah, I like the blue.
I'm using these, although I do like my Gazette. The old zigzag 1 1/4.
It's dry. Like it is dry.
You know, I'm surprised though. Okay, the grammage when I get an ounce from the OCS stores, it's very dry usually. I'm surprised that the grammage stayed in a good weight and not, you know, sometimes you get a little too dry and you don't get a lot of weight, right?
Right. So did you guys use up the whole bud to smoke in one joint, or did you split it in half to have a half later?
I have the zigzag 1 1/4 paper, so I put the whole thing in of this one.
Right.
Okay,
The one that the yellow though, it puffed up a little bit more, and I got 2 out of it.
Okay. I don't know what the questionnaire is, Al. If you can put me off to the side here, bring me down small, and bring up the questionnaire, I can go through it.
Which one?
The indica.
I've got it up there. It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall visual appeal, Al's.
Visual appeal. It's I'm gonna give it a 4. I was surprised. Okay, so that's question number 1, right? Because I have to input this afterwards. So, okay.
When evaluating the overall visual appeal, consider the structure of the bud. Does the bud have a clean trim? And does the bud appear green or purple, not yellow or brown?
I said 4. What's
4.
the
There
question?
was a little.
They are different questions here. Because I've got different questions on mine. I got visual appeal, moisture, aroma, strength.
Yep. I just read what was under overall visual appeal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, number 2. What's number 2?
When evaluating moisture, it's asking you to consider after gentle squeezing, does the bud maintain an imprint? Is it too wet or does it crumble? Is it too dry? And it's telling you buds with ideal moisture content will sponge out after being squeezed.
No, there was no sponge. It was solid.
I gave it a 4.
I was thinking
I would have given it a 3. If there's no sponge, I go middle of the board unless it's excessively dry.
It's puffed up nice and it was nice rolling. That's what I did.
Okay, I got some bud left. Oh, it's rock hard, guys.
Yeah, so historically what I used to like to do with the judge kits or with the samples that we would get is I would always split it in half, and I'd do half in my vaporizer on the volcano and then I do the other half in a joint, whether it was a small joint or a good sized joint, depending on the sample that we got, right?
Right.
But I really do find a difference sometimes with the product for the kits between the vaporizer and combustion.
Did you want to put us back on across the bottom there, Al? Will we go through the questions? No, just across the bottom.
I'm looking.
Right side, bottom, or whatever. That works. Okay. All right. What's number 3? Just so people can still see us. That's all.
Number 3, they're asking about the aroma strength, and they're asking, does the bud smell? Smell bud in its original packaging. It's asking you to do and bring the bud to your nose, gently squeezing it and smell. And they're asking if it's strong or not strong.
I said 4.
I didn't smell anything until I ground it up, and it wasn't very strong.
First one I did there on the 420 radio show Fridays here was very what you said, Al.
It didn't have much smell to it at all.
No smell at all. Yeah.
No, but the smell I did finally get out of it with the grinder, it was like a sweet smell. That I didn't mind, but I only gave it a 1 because it took some work to get a smell out of it.
Yeah.
Which is the next question. It's asking about aroma pleasantness. It's asking you to smell the bud in the original packaging and smell it when you bring it to your nose. And, how does it smell? Like you only got it when it was ground, but it's asking you if you like it.
I was smelling it in the package before I ground it up too. And there wasn't any smell. There's no smell. It's really.
I thought it was me, so obviously it wasn't.
I was when I opened up the big bag, with everything that had all 7 samples, I could smell it in there. I could smell bud, but when I opened up this little individual bag, there wasn't any smell. Okay, question 5.
It's a lot of plastic for 7 grams.
It is, yeah. Question 5 is about the stickiness. Break the bud and touch the inside. See if the odor trichomes may have fallen off the bag or jar.
I didn't find it sticky at all.
No. Next.
Kind of dry, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not found any hairs yet or anything.
Yeah. So and then that's what it's asking here. Physical contaminants is number 6. When evaluating physical contaminants, break it apart, looking for mold, insects, seeds, and hairs.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, wow.
That means it's good, Al.
Okay, I didn't see any of that.
I read an article in High Times about that. It must be right.
Okay.
I wear a beard net, a face mask, and a hair net all fucking day, and gloves.
And
it's
so
like in scrubs.
Oh yeah,
finding a hair in it is
pollen time. You must walk out. You must come home like a little bee.
So what's number 7?
You say, honey,
number 7 is
me. I have pollen everywhere.
Aroma translates to taste.
They give you a letter in case you get pulled over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's legal for me to smell like weed.
I've heard of that. I think they do that at Churro as well. We were talking about that once.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 again, Cindy.
Does the aroma translate to taste? Does the bud taste like it smelled?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't take a bite out of the bud to find out.
Pleasantly, I'm pleasantly something. So I'm on smoking experience, and obviously I'm having a good time. So I'm going to put.
Yeah. So question 8 is smoking experience. Does it burn evenly? Does it require a relight? Yes. Are you getting any tingles on the lips or tongue, or is it making you cough?
No. Well, a little bit, but it all makes me cough. It doesn't matter what it is.
Is there any bitter to the taste?
Just a sec. I'll let you give me a second here.
I'm not tasting anything.
I don't know. The yellow is really good. It's very mellow. It's very relaxing.
You know, it tastes like it's the flavor is not great. It tastes better than the weed I grew last summer, but I used chicken poop last summer. Is the only thing I could find.
Gosh.
It reflected in the taste.
I bet it did. Oh.
You know what the gold one tastes like? The pre-roll, Cindy? I just figured it out. Mystery alien cookies.
Yeah, it could have been. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what the high is reminding me of. Mystery alien cookies.
Yes, I'm coughing.
It took me a little bit to get my brain wrapped around it all, but you know what? That's kind of what it tastes like to me. Really, really like it.
Well, I'm looking forward to September to see if our guesses on what these might be is true.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Now, number 8 again, Cindy. Experience, relit.
Experience, yeah.
Was there anything else that I was looking for in that?
No. Does it burn evenly? Does it require a relight? Does it make you cough? And is your throat burning or your lips or tongue tingling?
I'm going to have to back that up to a 3 because I've relit it 3 times.
Yeah, but is that because you're talking or is that because it needed a relight?
Okay, I'll go back to 4 because I was talking.
Okay.
Um,
I find that too. Doesn't matter what picture I'm using. If I'm like smoking a sativa and I get talking with my hands, forgetting it's there, yeah, I got to relight it 20 times. But that's my fault.
And again, that's another reason why I love the volcano. Having the balloons.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, the volcano gives you the experience is different. So what was 7? 7 was the
aroma translate to taste.
I'm already down to ash.
Well, you know, I couldn't smell anything, so I can't taste anything. So would that be a yes?
Yes. Yes, correct.
So I can give it a 4 or something like that then.
Yeah. You absolutely can.
I'm very, very, although this is very harsh at the moment.
I'm not looking forward to blue.
It's a nice buzz. I'm gonna give that a 4.
Yeah. Yeah, which is where you're at now is ash color and structure, Al Graham.
Is 9.
Woo-hoo. That's a 4.
Well, the ash has been good. It's been acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
it's burning really good. There's no problem with it.
Effect experienced. Huh? Not quite a 5, but a 4.7.
You know, one's kind of harsh. Not at all pleasant. I don't know if I've ever smoked a weed that didn't have some quality.
Oh no, I have. I've smoked some terrible shit. Remember, Cindy?
What shit are we talking
Remember,
about?
I said this is horrible. I've never had horrible. I said, and I wasn't sure. Remember?
Oh God, yeah. Nobody could smoke it. We put it out. Nobody smoked it. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was horrible. I don't know what. I can't remember what the frick it was, but it was nasty.
I took a whole tree from last year and threw it in the bucket and made hash out of it this year.
My brother did something like that because he said that, he didn't like it. And his was.
It had no terpenes at all. It had no terpenes at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just was horrible.
Now, question 10, does that say effects experience?
Yes.
It does. Yeah. It's asking you, did the joint elicit any medicinal or recreational effects? And were the effects that you experienced welcome or unwelcome?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Cross the board. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay, I probably should have brought my laptop out here.
For the second hour,
we have to remember when you go back into like what your numbers were for all of this, Al.
Well, I'm sort of generalizing. So, and as we go through tonight, I'll be able to fill in blanks and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. And
All
then
right.
question
Overall
number 11.
enjoyment.
Number 10, that was okay. What's the buzz? All right. Okay.
I'm
what's
enjoying
number
it.
11?
I'm gonna go for a 4. And would I buy this? You know what? Yes, I would. I would buy this one. Submit. See you next time.
Really?
Question number 11 was overall enjoyment. Would you want a repeat experience?
Yes.
You know,
Like
take
that.
all
I wish I
elements
had
into
more.
account, you know, including bud assessment, you know, and smoking experience. And then it asks you outright for question number 12, would you buy it? Yes or no?
I've only commented on one, and that was this afternoon's because it instantly gave me a headache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said I got a headache.
The only comment I've made
I should have
is
said I got a headache, Sarah.
the only comment I've made is one that I've made in previous years when it's been like, you know, solely a medical cup. You know, if people are going to, especially these corporations that are larger, if you're going to enter into a cup, you know, make sure you enter in a nice whole bud for your gram and maybe stick a Bovita pack in there, because then you're going to get a nice bud when the person receives it.
Good point. You know, these are such small batches that the packs aren't needed. I mean, this was a quick, I would like to know what the turnover was between when it went out and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that you get at OCS at the legal stores, we've got one in here, in town here, My Cannabis, and
I've got your answer, Al.
He'll order just about anything for me that I like, but I don't really enjoy high THC stuff. What are you asking? Oh, the date. Oh, cool.
They got package dates on them.
So let's
you can drop the screen in the background there.
Package.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about the Bovita packs.
Yeah.
So the pre-rolls, the gold one anyway, has a Bovita pack.
Yeah, a couple of them do. None of the cannabises that I've opened have them yet.
I have not found one at all. Now mine was packaged on the 3rd month 22 this year.
Yeah, same here.
And mine was in April.
And this is what? This is 6,
yeah.
Right? So that's that's for sitting around for 3 months, being squished and thrown around. I mean, the quality so far, anyways.
It's when you consider that, imagine how much better it would be if they stuck one of those little, you know, gram Bovita packs in there.
Yeah. Bovita, or there's a couple different ones, but anything, the moisture packs basically.
Yeah.
Or the humidity packs.
So that's been the only comment that I've made. I think it would make a huge difference.
Well, I have to say, yes, I genuinely like that gold pre-roll. You said it was your favorite one, and I like it. What's up?
I've only smoked half of this blue, and I'm actually, enjoying the
So Paul, you keep mentioning Mohawk. Yes. We're going down to Tyendinaga there pretty soon, and one of the strains that I find in Tyendinaga at any one of the stores is Grease Monkey. My God, what a great strain that is! Grease Monkey and Kosher Kush, two of my favorites that I get from the res.
Oi!
What's that?
I said, oi!
Oi! It was that good.
All right, so that was blue.
That was blue.
That was.
Al,
blue.
you really don't look all that impressed.
Me?
No, the other Al.
I like flavor and smell. And
He's
I think
spoiled by his own weed.
I know, right? Oh my God. And yes, that is such a treat. Whenever
I've had some of Al's and that he grows at home, and yeah, I've seen his grow rooms.
Yes. And you know what? It's beautiful product. Like the harvest is nice.
And it looks nice. Everything looks really nice. You should take more pictures, Al.
Yes.
I take lots of pictures. I just don't publicly post them. Believe me, I got over 10,000 photos on my phone.
Wow.
I was thinking today I might post a collage of some of my old.
You should talk to Jack about doing a book.
Okay. All right. There. So there's
From
that.
illegal to legal photos of cannabis. I want a percentage for that title. Just saying.
So that's you know,
I like this. You know, it's
I'm
a very
surprised.
sociable buzz. This Blue, I love you. Should we take a break, Al?
Okay.
I did. Just a sec, though. I have to load something because I forgot to load our newest sponsee, which is Deb Stilts-Giffen and her Mum's Harvest Fest and John Cook Cannabis Cup. Did I get that right?
Yep, John Cook Cannabis Cup or John
That's a
Cook
long one. So now I can't find what I was looking for.
Oh, really? Here, let me see if I can help you.
Might have to download it again.
Oh, it's not there. I don't see it, buddy.
We'll find it.
Well, you load it up now, and we'll just keep on talking. We'll just keep on shooting the shit here.
Okay, you keep talking, and I'll look for it. How's that?
You load it up, exactly. So there we go. So, Cindy, what was question number 6? Oh, you don't have it open. Don't open it.
Oh, that's okay. I can look it up here. Question number 6. Question number 6. It's about physical contaminants. So you only click on them if you saw them. So you're looking for mold, insects, seeds, and hair. If you found anything like that, then you click them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeds. You know, some people like to find seeds in their cannabis. Like, you know, you don't want to find that you got friggin' half your weight.
Don't want seeds a million.
Yeah. You know, like, but some people like to find a couple seeds and then try to grow them, right?
Yeah, if it's a strain that you're enjoying, it's nice to be able to pop them and hope for a girl.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm at that stage going, come on, please. I have no idea what's going on. This is the first time that I've ever done seed from cracking, right? You know.
Okay, so I have a question on that topic. If anybody's maybe got an answer for me. I've been told that at a certain stage, after they've cracked and they started to come through the soil or whatever grow medium you have, you can use silver colloidal or colloidal silver or something like that. And you add that to part of your water and it pretty much guarantees female. Well,
I've got pretty much all of Floramax's products. I don't think I'm big enough. You can see it, but so I'm going to be trying that. But yeah, there's all kinds of different products that you can use.
As far as the stuff that Irene is talking about, that would be on the seeds. Well, you got to think that the seed is already feminized before you buy it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about you find a seed. So you have your right. So you find your seeds. You never really know what you're gonna get. And I mean, I don't have anything against males. I'll turn them into oil or tincture. It's it's not a big deal. But to feminize the plant at some point to add colloidal silver, and I can't remember where I heard that or where I read it, but I know I wanted to ask more farmers, more growers.
I've never heard of it.
No,
I know. My understanding, it's sprayed on the seeds, but I've never done it. But my understanding of it is, yeah, that's the stuff that they use in order to feminize the seeds.
Okay, so maybe
but the actual process that I don't, I've learned it before, but it's
long time ago history. Gotcha.
Right, exactly.
It's in the archives.
It's in the archives. It's one of those things that if you don't use, you lose, right?
Yeah, I hear you. Gotcha.
Yeah, as we get older.
I hear you.
Yeah. All right. how you make out, Al? Did you get it loaded up there, buddy?
Well, I found it, but I download it. So I'm still looking. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
The process of feminization, Irene, kind of goes like this. The plant's in a vegetative stage.
Yeah.
It's a known female. You spray colloidal silver on one side of it, and it causes it to produce a male branch. You collect the pollen from that, and you pollinate another plant that you haven't sprayed it on, your mother plant, for the seeds. And then you collect those seeds, and they are feminized.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get it to give you feminized seeds.
That's really cool.
Interesting.
The other thing you can do is what you call feminine select. And you go through a bunch of seeds and you look at the shape of them under a microscope. And the female seed will have a very volcano shape where it was attached to the inside of the calyx, right?
Yeah.
It'll have a perfectly round hole. The female seed is always more perfectly shaped. The male seed is flat on top, has a non-regular hole where it was attached, and often will be bumpy and weird, right?
Okay. That's very cool. That's very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Interesting, yeah.
There you go. Well, I got the word spray right in all of that anyways. I see the comments that are on the screen.
Right. So what are you enjoying tonight, Paul?
I'm smoking Lizard from Shannonville and vaping Blue Dream.
Okay.
Paul rocks.
Blue Dream. That's a nice strain.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
So much flavor.
Yeah.
And a good top end to it.
Yes. I think that's one of the ones I brag about in our bud breaks here on CBGtv. That's one of the ones. Blue Dream. I'm pretty sure it's one of the early ones.
Yeah, I think it's one of the ones
we put up. Yeah.
It's so hard to get the real stuff now too, because everybody's hybrid the shit out of it, you know.
Everything has to find a genuine original strain, and I'm not talking land race because
there it is.
Right, forget it. I'm not going to find a land race, but to find like Acapulco Gold or Afghani. I grew some Afghani a couple of years ago. Still have a little bit of stock. It's in private reserve, but I can't find any clones now for those sorts of strains.
Go to where I've got they have a really, really good selection of clones around now down in Alderville.
Oh, really? Okay.
They usually have them all out. Their Sweet Leaf has a huge tent they put out, and they should be in full swing right now.
Okay.
Anyways,
you know what?
I would go check that. I have found what I was looking for. I had to go to the other computer to find it.
But you got it.
I got it.
Good.
So we've got a thing for Mom's Harvest Fest and a commercial for CBGtv. This is the Three High Guys. I'm Al.
I'm Al. Or the other Al.
And then there's Paul, and then there's Green Irene.
I'm just kidding. They'll all get into the groove eventually.
Do you guys ever feel like we're on? Remember that old Hollywood Squares where you're kind of looking down?
Yeah, there's actually. I have a background for the Brady Bunch, actually.
Okay.
Lord.
Is 420 camping your thing? Do you like cannabis cops? Want to learn more about cannabis? Enjoy music festivals? Living on the East Coast or looking for a really good reason to visit? Then Harvest Fest is calling your name.
Join us the weekend of July 14th to 16th at Fox Mountain Camping Park in the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, to meet like-minded people, have your cannabis questions answered, listen to great bands, and have a blast.
Service lots available and camping is included in festival admission. $60 for the weekend, or $30 for Friday, and $40 for Saturday. Food trucks, hot showers, flush toilets, and accessible washrooms. Rolling contest sponsored by Canadian Lumber Limited, with chances to win a case of rolling papers and more throughout the weekend.
For info about attending or vending, email chair@mumm.ca. Hope to see you there.
Are you a cannabis content creator? Are you looking for a place to have your content seen? If you answer yes to both questions, then you need to check out CBGtv.com.
And we're back.
Holy.
Yes, the Mum Harvest Fest looks very interesting.
I went a few years ago, about 5 years ago now, and had a great time. And as I was driving along the road, I found Mary Jane at a Tim Hortons. It was kind of interesting. In the middle of nowhere.
What are we gonna do next, Al? What's
I'm still smoking this one, Al.
I don't know. I'm pretty high off this yellow and trying to keep up here, and it's still not done.
I put mine out.
What? No extracts?
No,
no
extracts. Not
no
this
extracts. No foods.
No.
I'm curious to know why that is, but this is the first time out of the gate.
Yeah.
But,
That's something we can ask Sarah when she comes on. Is expansion down the road. Get this first year done through, see how it all goes and how it's received, and who knows? Maybe doing a topical category could help improve sales.
There's so many different I'll be honest, I've not really dove. I was going to say dived. I hooked on phonics over here. Hi. I've not really driven into the topicals at the LPs or OCS. Everything that I've used has been legacy.
Yeah,
I've tried raw, RRO.
Oh, do you know what? The Royal Oil Rub has been fantastic for my feet.
John. I know. I got to know John because he came into the lounge a lot.
Okay. Yeah. No, great product. Love it especially for the feet. Now I make my own stuff, so I don't really go into the retail end. I don't go.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to start doing stuff simple. I'm going to go get some fucking A535 or something and throw some cannabis oil in it. Or something like that.
Stay away from the chemical shitstorm. There's enough stuff in your backyard.
There is a cannabis product out there that's like A535 but has the cannabis oil in it, and it's all natural.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd find something natural and make my own out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems pretty simple.
It is.
You can make toothpaste if you want. Go out and get some Colgate and throw some oil in it.
Well, yeah, you can pretty much infuse anything, but again, stay away from the chemicals if you can, right?
I don't want the chemicals. That wasn't my point. My point was there are lots of good products on the shelves out there that you can just walk right in and get. So
exactly. Yeah.
You throw some cannabis in it. Even if you take a jug of Gherkins or whatever it's called and put it in your magical butter machine and throw some cannabis in there and strain it, it's going to work.
I've been using a crock pot, the same crock pot for 10 years. And all I do is I dump my coconut oil. I dump my weed in and I put it on low, put my thermostat in there, and honest to God, I've got this thing rigged up, a hillbilly rig with coat hangers and the rest to hold my thermometer high enough that it's in the right section. I leave it overnight. By morning, I strain it out, and all's good.
I make butter. I make I've made butter, coconut oil, whole bunch of stuff, but I haven't gone into the creams, which was what we were talking about. I haven't gone into that yet because I'm not big on feet, even mine.
You know what? That's so funny. I hate feet.
I'd rather go to the chiropodist at the doctor's office.
Right? But
Here,
for
put
like
this
doing
on my feet,
foot
please.
soak or something like that, because with the coconut oil, because it's so basic, it's cannabis and coconut oil. There's nothing else there.
Yeah.
That being said, you can eat it. You can use it as a topical. Take a teaspoon, throw it in your bath water.
Yep.
Right.
That's what we started doing. That's what we started doing with bath bombs. You know, you get some bath salts and you throw some oil in there and you throw it in your tub, right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Huge cream, and you just melt it in. It's amazing. Like, this is the best thing I've ever had a bath in. It's.
You like that, did you? Al?
What's a good recipe for something for skin cancer?
You
Straight oil.
You see Al's comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I put it up.
You're only supposed to take a couple of hits. Move on, judges. Old stoners without breaks. They said go.
Okay, but that's a
why
good
we
point.
have the T-shirts.
How can you judge? Like at the lounge, we had a judging thing. Everybody came in, they sat down, they smoked a bunch of weed, marked down shit on the website, and then go home. Like I said at the beginning of the show, let's try one at the first hour and we'll see if we can do another one in the second hour, because you can't just smoke one strain after another and give it a quality judging. You know, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
I've been
give yourself an hour at least to try it and enjoy it.
I've seen 21 strains in a day and a half.
Dude, when I packed my apartment up, I still had fucking Karma Cup shit from fucking 8. When was it? I can't remember when it was that I had.
So we had. Once I started getting kits, I don't know, I guess about 6 years ago or something like that. I started having the Karma Kit parties.
Yeah, 121 fucking samples.
Right tonight.
Yeah.
So 5 or 6 people would show up and we'd all sit around. Everybody would light a joint, try it, get their ideas. We all throw our numbers into the pouch. And then the next day when I'm straight, I do the average. And okay, so that was an average of 4 for that and an average of 5 for that, or an 8, whatever it was. But so
are we into the second hour yet?
Going into the 10.
Oh,
what are you rolling?
Which one you got there?
The first one. 10.
Orange.
Was it
orange?
No, 10. No, it's orange. Okay.
Indica 1.
So, Paul,
now, let me ask you a question. How are you opening it? Are you ripping the top off?
Yes,
Irene. In the little pocket here.
I've used 2 different methods. The one that I find most effective for the people that I've proposed it to. Start with the alcohol-based tincture. So again, just leach the cannabinoids out of the cannabis through the freezer method, of pure alcohol and that. Put that on, but that's going to dry out your skin. The thing is the alcohol will get through the
I won't use alcohol.
Cannabinoids where they need to be.
I won't use
and
alcohol.
And then apply an actual oil, an RSO oil immediately afterwards, or even a coconut cream, like infused coconut oil afterwards, just so that skin doesn't dry out and now have new challenges.
I am in the process of, I've got everything together now to make virgin olive oil caps. And the reason you look puzzled, during conversations on my show, I have been explained as, maybe I don't remember why, but apparently extra virgin olive oil is your best carrier when you're just making caps to take them down.
For EVOO, absolutely.
MTO, is it MTO?
MCT.
MCT makes me shit like crazy. I don't like it. I don't mind coconut oil, but I figure, olive oil is good for you. It's good for your complexion. It's good for your skin. I've got very dry skin. And because of the diabetes, and so I'm hoping that it's going to help me equal out my skin as well.
Right. Oh yeah, no, and the EVOO is fantastic. One of the other things you may want to look for down the road is get it in the bulk, as in a can. And then you'll be given the option of cold press. If you can find cold pressed EVOO, that's even better. It's cleaner.
Okay. I have to choose. I'm doing it says number 4 here, but it says number 1 on the. No, so that's not right. Oh, I'm doing.
Well, I found it's a red package and
It's red.
A red and an orange. I'm going to say the red.
Yeah.
I'm doing the orange.
So that's indica 4.
What are you doing, Cindy?
I am switching over to the hybrid, and I am. I'll do orange.
Oh.
Hybrid orange.
Okay.
Overall appeal.
Hey, just so you know, buddy, you've been sounding excellent tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. By far. Headphones. 2 thumbs up.
Perfect.
He had to move his hands over.
All right. Pick a color.
Go for orange.
Orange?
Red.
Yeah, with us and do orange. Hybrid. Yeah.
Okay.
I did red. Okay. Smell is what's question number 1 again?
Wait. Paul, what are you going to have?
I'm vaping Blue Dream and smoking Lizard.
Smoking Lizard. Nice. Yeah.
It's a great screen. And Blue Dream is awesome as
I love Blue Dream. In the
yeah,
morning, especially.
Yeah.
Okay, what's question number 1?
Question number 1. You want me to put mine up?
Overall visual appeal.
I can put mine up since I'm actually doing it.
Sure.
So I'm doing orange now, right? That's number 4. Okay, so for number 4 says that it is.
Oh, you're not doing the orange, are you, Al? You're on your own.
No, I'm doing red.
I don't need to show mine because I'm doing my own thing. Fuck you guys.
Okay,
And like Cindy's doing orange, but she's doing it under hybrid.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all the same
You're
question.
doing indica. So we're all 3 doing different, right? And
but it's the same questions. If you're trying to keep track of what you're doing, I can still tell you what each question is.
Is it the same questions?
No, actually, so the pre-rolls are different.
Correct.
Didn't we have this conversation?
We did
yeah,
at the beginning.
Between the
first
half
half?
that we're doing,
Yeah.
on the buds, all the buds are the same questions, and then the pre-rolls are a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there's
So
only one. There's only one type of pre-rolls. That's kind of weird.
So I gotta smell it when you're going in and you open it, right? Just to be on the safe side.
This is this one's really, really hard, and there's no smell to it. So I better tell them that. Overall visual appeal, moisture, none. Let's see what happens when I roll.
A little more smell in this package versus the other one.
Oh, a little bit more smell when you break it open.
Okay, now visual appeal. Here's the bud.
Okay, let me make you bigger, Al.
All right.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on. Shit.
I'll try.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'll let Al run the board. He's got to make you bigger.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
Can you put it right up to the
busy.
camera? Can I
Or
see
buzzing.
it? Do you mind putting it right up to the camera?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it went fuzzy if I did
Yeah,
that.
it goes fuzzy.
It does.
Hold it about 3 inches.
That's about what 3 inches.
A little bit more. Try 5.
Oh, there. That's not bad. That's not bad.
There you
Okay.
go. That'll be good.
There. Okay.
You
Okay.
can see trichomes. I don't see any hairs. I don't see any seeds.
I'm not seeing any trichomes in this at all.
It's trimmed pretty close. There's 2 pieces. Here's the other piece.
I'm disappointed I haven't found a hair yet.
It looks hairy. Like it's got a lot of nice little orange.
Yeah,
orange hairs.
Got some orange hairs on it. Obviously trimmed very close. I don't see any leaf or whatsoever.
was none. I found a piece of leaf on the last one. Very small.
Oh, okay.
It's not something that would bother me.
What's question number 2? You can take me off the screen.
Moisture. Question number 2 is the moisture.
Moisture. Okay, it's got to have some bounce back.
This rolled really nice. It compressed when you rolled it.
I haven't rolled it yet. It's excuse me. It's hard.
It's very hard, but there's some moisture in it once you break it open. This one, anyways, which is the orange, I guess I'm doing.
Okay. What was that? Okay, the moisture.
Moisture, yeah.
That's number 2. Okay, number 3.
Roll a strength. I'm going to say that once I broke it open, it had a really nice bouquet. See, I'm using a big
Oh,
Beautiful word, Al.
bouquet.
yeah. That's professional.
Man. Let's smoke some irradiated weed and talk about floras. I've been watching a show called something Florette, and she writes books and stuff, and she grows roses and stuff like that, and it's got me really interested in trying some roses this summer.
Dang.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I've been told that roses are just like growing weed. So,
What a pretty kitty.
are you playing with your pussy again?
Yes. She's come to join us.
Sorry, it just happens automatic. It's automatic. There goes 5 followers.
Smells peppery. But it's got more smell than the first one.
That last one that I had was very earthy.
The pre-roll is very earthy, very dank, very old school smelling.
The pipe I'm about to roll smells like a fruit punch.
Fruit punch. Fruit punch.
Ooh, this is diesel-y.
I like that.
Yeah, this one's got a really dank, old school smell. Definitely, yeah. It's a nice roll. Again.
A petrochemical smell.
It's actually
they've tucked the tip on that one, so it's a beautiful roll, right?
Yeah. But I don't smell diesel-y. I don't smell diesel gassy.
Ooh. No.
Well, I don't know what that tastes like.
Holy hell. Damn.
That sounds like a 2 or a 3 for smoothness.
The first haul was really nice, and then I took a nice big one, and I was like,
Mango. That's what I'm
Mango.
tasting.
Delicious.
Is there a difference with the quality of your joint if you get it at a gram and cut it yourself, or the same strain in a pre-roll? Hey, that's a good question. You should. Is one of you with the pre-rolls? Are you willing to break open one to see if the quality's the same as a bud?
Then you just re-roll it.
Yeah, maybe Cindy, you could do that since you've got all the different ones. Look at a bud as a ground bud as opposed to a pre-roll ground.
Okay, well I've got this one ground. So before I roll it, let's pull out a pre-roll.
Here, and I'll make you big. Tell me when.
Oh yeah, we'll give us a second.
That's a good idea, Alfred. Thanks for the.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The other thing.
Way to go, Alfred.
There's a lot of Al's around today.
So many Al's.
I don't even have the. Never mind.
What's question number 4, Al?
Question number 4.
Aroma pleasantness.
Yeah, pleasantness.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna stop and enjoy this, a couple of hauls off of this, and see where.
I just need to know question 5.
Question 5. Stickiness. This is also coming with a Bovita pack.
Ooh, really?
Ooh.
Oh, the orange one did not. No
Yeah, not
Bovita
all of
pack
them
with
do,
the orange
Did your
one.
green one come with a
It's not
Bovita
Bovita,
pack
but
as
it's-
well,
it's-
Irene?
It's a boost, right?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Our next show is on the 27th. We may be doing
Yep.
this again.
Yes.
It does, eh? So
Yeah.
so that then they are the same, right? So that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legal entities that took part in this.
Actually, there's more because they took the entries and they had judging parties in Toronto.
Correct.
The pre-rolls, they had 30. There was 30 entrants. They narrowed it down to 7, so somebody could walk into an OCS store and do what I've done, legally buy all 4.
And we were supposed to have Sarah on the show, but she's actually driving out to London today to go to Cannabis Wiki. So hopefully she'll show up before we're done. We still have a half an hour
Fingers
left.
crossed.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, don't forget, we control the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little raunchy, this.
What?
So are the two Al's smoking the same strain?
No.
No, I which one did I say I grabbed there? This one, the orange.
And I'm doing the red.
So red is number 1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The only so there is a little bit of a discrepancy on the colors. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah,
Well,
the orange doesn't show up orange on.
Yeah, it doesn't represent
side.
as orange, and the red the red looks more like the orange than the red does.
Oh, I took the top one that looks pinkish as the red.
That's no the number 4 is the red.
4 looks orange to me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
number 4 is orange.
Okay. Well, then I'm doing number 4 because that's what I've got.
Yeah.
Number 4. So the first one is a red then.
Yeah.
It looks
okay.
It looks rose.
I've got the joint open and the hybrid crushed up.
All right, let's see what it looks like. Shall we? We need some Jeopardy movie.
This is the hybrid. It's quite nice.
You just emptied it out of the joint and just put it in that pile there?
No, this is hybrid orange.
Okay.
So then this is pre-roll green. It's actually very nice. It feels nicer to the touch than the hybrid.
It looks like a really nice grind. Yeah.
It is. There's one stick in there. I just saw it, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lumber, little piece of lumber.
Yeah, and that happens when you grind up the too, right?
Jesus.
Where it came with the Bovita, or the the moisture pack, it's actually I feel like it feels better than the hybrid.
Softer. It's softer, so it's more has more moisture in it versus the buds.
Yeah, we can take me off this now, Al.
So is there? Oh no, lumber. Self.
Did you get a pack, Alfred? Well, now let's wait. We need some waiting music. Do you know Pat Sajak has announced that he's retiring after 41 years? Eh?
Yes.
I wonder what she's going to do. What's Vanna going to do? Okay, yeah, I didn't think you would. There you go. Rolling music.
There you go.
Did you get an answer?
Yeah. No, he didn't. Okay, so the reason I asked that is because, I'm finding as we go on in this legalization thing, all right, like Al and I, our first conversation, I wanted to have this conversation with Sarah here, but we're going to have it anyways. Our first conversation about Karma Cup is like Karma Cup for me, that is my favorite event. It is the one that I started going to. I've been to, think most of them, maybe except for the first two. Okay. I've known Sarah for a long time. I've watched her do all of this and all the people that have helped her. Tracy Curley was instrumental in helping Sarah start all of this. And I find it interesting what it is evolving to. Originally, I believe I said, this is not the Karma Cup to me. And Al said the same thing, but here we are.
I'm not spending my money in the legal market.
Yeah, you were there, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
So I'm finding it interesting. A lot of the Toronto
before.
A lot of the Toronto community that I know, the Toronto and Hamilton community, were like, no. I've seen a lot of harsh comments about this Karma Cup.
You know what? I think change is difficult.
It is. I hope that this translates into the same thing again at the end of the summer that we're used to. I don't
like
see
to
it.
have that kind of experience, but I don't know how it will play out simply because the rules have changed. The playground has changed.
Yeah, but the players have not changed. The players haven't changed. They're the people that are involved in doing these things. They're trying to bring back the GMM next year. The people who are trying to do things like that are the people that were doing it 10, 15 years ago.
But
Cindy?
tell me from a legal perspective how you could justify illegal activity in a legal environment.
Okay, here's exactly how. Okay, look at the GMM. Al went on it. There was only about 150 people that showed up and actually took part in the walk. But there were vendors there. They were selling clones. They were selling weed. They were selling gummies. There was no Tiny Tim's Donuts, which was usually there. And there wasn't really any food. There was beverages and stuff like that. So
police were there, but they weren't a bother. They
weren't bothering anybody. In fact, they asked Al to let
the organizers know that there would be no police presence on the march because there wasn't enough people to warrant them to do so, and requested that we walk down the sidewalk.
And Allison decided not to do that and go on the middle of the road anyways.
But unfortunately, that's sad.
It was
sad
so
that
sad.
there's not that march. There is, unfortunately, the legacy market is being put to bed. It's being
but we didn't get this far saying, oh, well, poor us, let's give up because like the rules are whatever. We got this far because we stood up and said we need change. So you know what we do at this point in time? We stand with Sarah and we say, you know what? I'm with you on this change. Let's turn this Karma Cup back into what it was, and let's make it all legal. And that way nobody can bother us and can still have the party. It's not going to be this year. It might not be next year, but do you think she's going to sit down? No, that woman has built an empire and she's going to continue to build it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. I've said from the start, if anybody can merge these two environments, she would certainly be one of the leading forefront, soldiers for that, to see this kind of emerging. And let's face it, we are changing, we are evolving, and it is a legal market now. But that being said, you're I have to agree with you, Cindy. It's not going to be this year. It's not going to be, and possibly not even next, but in coming years, I think we can look forward to some sort of,
I can almost guarantee you,
middle ground.
I don't know Sarah Sunday anywhere near as well as you guys know, but
I don't know her very personally, other than I can point her out in a crowd.
I've watched her over 5 years being told that no, you can't, and she goes, "Oh yeah, watch me," and she does it. So I have true faith that if anybody can bring what we have known and loved as the Karma Cup in the first 9 years, or with me the first five of the 9 years, he's going to bring that to the legal market, and we're going to have that back. Are they going to be able to open sell? Maybe not at first, but I'll guarantee you she won't stop fighting until they can. You know, the Sarah that I have admired from, you know, as somebody who loves the Karma Cup, like that woman, she won't stop.
Okay, so what the festival has been, you know, the cup, the awards, the vendors.
I just wanted to show you guys, I wanted to interrupt this conversation for 5 seconds, show you this is less than a gram of the hybrid and nice joint. Look at how nice and thick that is. When I re-rolled the pre-roll, look at the difference.
Oh yeah, look at that. Smaller, eh? Yeah.
It was loosely packed.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a difference in the grind, because I don't fine grind. I very large chunk grind.
The one that you ground up was chunkier than the other. The other one was a very fine grind. They usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a difference between
Is there any draw flavor on those?
That's right.
There's a difference between hand rolling and machine rolling too.
We used to
Yeah,
roll
but this isn't machine rolled
250
anymore.
joints once a
It's
week.
now hand rolled.
Yeah, it's a matter of, you know, the pack has to be right and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that, you know, they're packing them up nice, and they're actually a gram and a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've never ever been disappointed with the product that shows up in the Karma Cup judging kit. Like it's always been a very impressive. Hey. Yeah.
Can I finish what I was saying before we got on to?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I could see that conversation just drifting away.
I lost it.
We did.
Nobody's high here.
We did that at the beginning of the show. I weighed one this afternoon, and it was 1.4, and I believe Irene, you weighed one as well, right?
Yes, and I got 1.06
for the joint.
Yeah,
that's with the paper and a filter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Mine was just a bud.
No, hers was with a paper and a filter, though.
So, Karma Cup, what's going to happen with the festivities? My prediction is that there will be something that will happen. Well, and I'm going to think it might be done this year, but in a smaller scale, but larger scale next year. As I mentioned, the Karma Cup was about the judging, the awards, the vendors, you know, going on, the music there.
It was Christmas for cannabis connoisseurs, cannabis lovers. Yeah. It was Christmas.
Yeah, it was.
Christmas. I cried.
Now, I can see the same thing with vendors in the legal market being present, because we have attended those as the the kind summer and winter fairs. That's right. It. Now the big difference though is that you're buying product at the old Karma Cup, like buds and shatters and concentrates, so on and so forth.
Because hash is a big part of it as well.
Right. Now I'm not really seeing that in the Karma Cup Legal 2 or 2.0 or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I can see there being some type of festival with vendors, but it'd be the vendors of the in the legal market instead of the legacy market,
which is sad to me. Which is very sad to me. But I mean,
what?
It's not sad to me. Yes, it is. It's sad on one hand, and I mean, I get it. I get the transition and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like the old school.
It's the, like you say, the camaraderie, it's the people, you know, that were behind the community. The cannabis.
Most people go.
There's a lot more heart in the cannabis, in the legacy cannabis community than there is in the recreational retail community.
Yeah, you know, like well, you know,
one is competitive, the other is cooperative. Okay. And then, personal curious to see how it evolves. And again, I think if anybody can merge it into, as it evolves into whatever it can be, I definitely think Sarah should be spearheading that. I think she's more than capable, and she's certainly somebody I would want fighting for the legacy side. I just would. That looks nice and clean, Cindy.
Any taste on that, Cindy?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It is. It's very. You're eating a fruit cup. That's what it tastes like to me.
Cool. And how's the red, guys?
I read. I'm still judging it.
Well, you judgmental person, you.
Well, that's what we're doing, right? We're judging these strains, right?
I need to go back. Well, this orange one, even though it's a hybrid, I'm going to say it is definitely sativa leaning, because I found I got very jittery instead of chilled. Just saying.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, the pre-rolls, right. Yeah. Now it's good example. When I bought some pre-rolls that had terp sauce in them, 3 little half-gram joints, like the friggin' filter was as big as the rest of the joint. Like, it was just
and that's not what you buy.
And it said premium cannabis. So I went to the counter and I asked the guy, what kind of cannabis in this? And he says premium cannabis. So what's the definition of premium cannabis?
That's their label. So just like
that's like that AAA and quads, and I mean, it's like fuck them.
Zeus and Hercules, and
look, the only thing that I care about is
Godzilla.
When I order smalls, because smalls are what you want anyways. When you break up the bud, you get smalls, right? There's less sticks in the smalls than there are in the big buds, and the quality is just as good. And it's fresh. So like when you see AAA bud or quads and stuff like that, look at the smalls too. Okay, because the smalls are just as good as the big ones, right? In some cases they're better, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I? Hey.
But you're also talking flower.
Keep telling yourself that, Al.
Yeah, and Al, you're talking flower, whereas the other Al is talking pre-rolls. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So in the pre-rolls, depending on the company, so the brand name makes a difference. So for example, Divi, okay, you get anywhere from 10 to 14. There's all kinds. So here is their brand name, their label. This is the company. This is the strain that you're getting in there, right?
What strain?
Well, this one here is the CBD. I was trying out a CBD.
Oh, okay,
This one was called Nebula 2 CBD.
Ooh, I like Nebula.
It is a very nice.
Walk around going Nebula.
This is their CBD. And yes, the Nebula is good, but I'm not a super.
Are they full gram?
CBD strain.
Are those full gram or half?
Sorry?
A full gram or a half?
These ones are 12 pre-roll. In this particular package, it's 12 Jesus Christ, 12 pre-rolls. And
what was the last?
0.35 of a gram per, and there's 12 pre-rolls. Now, I like those because really I'm the only one smoking on it. I'm smoking on it at my desk, or like maybe on a walk or just before a walk. So I don't want to.
How much are you paying for that? How many for how much?
It always varies. It depends on the company. It depends on the strain. It depends on whether or not it's infused, whether or not it's terps, whether or not it's on sale, whether or not it's seniors discount.
I always take the senior discount.
Okay, I got really offended when they went seniors discount, and then she said it's 10% off. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of companies, because of the day and age that we're in, are saying 55, you qualify. I went for dinner with my friend Sarah Santa Petit and they asked us if we were seniors, and we were just like, okay, at Mandarin. And then they asked us for ID. We were like, you get 10% off Mandarin? Yeah, no, thank you. Don't worry about it.
It really doesn't matter that much.
Would you, if you have cannabis that gives you a buzz, but there's no flavor or taste or smell to it, is that something that you would still buy because it gets you high?
I like the smell. Until I know the strains that are now, so when I see them, I grab them until I have my own to dive into. Right, that's basically, you know.
You guys?
Yeah, I keep looking till I find something with flavor.
Yeah,
it's the whole trilogy.
Yeah, I really like the whole enriched experience for sure. Like, I mean, I like to smell my, like, it's, I don't know, it kind of gets you excited. It's like, it's okay. Here you go, Al. I got one for you. It's like foreplay.
Well,
you know,
Lordy.
And the new cannabis culture will never get the high we all got back in the day of being a little bit of a rebel about the pot and the culture in the new game. Do you know what? I envy you guys that I was one of those assholes that was I was very against the legalization of cannabis. I have a few articles written in national magazines against the legalization. And I apologize. I, like much of the world, was educated by public service.
This is what I was trying to say earlier, Irene. I mean, some of the people in the you got Alfred Newman sitting here. Okay, if anybody knows Alfred, he's about as culture as it gets in the community. Okay. And he's sitting here watching us smoking legal weed on a podcast, talking about the Karma Cup that he knows, like we know, is a festival to us. So we're all trying to. Naomi is going to judging parties. We asked her to come, but she doesn't like the technology. There's a lot of other community members out there that have transitioned into the legal weed. I don't mind it. I don't mind some of the strains that you can get. The quality, if the quality is good, I'll buy it again. I prefer growing my own or going to the legacy market.
It's not just like, I mean, but in that, it's not just some of the consumers have gone over and started buying legal weed. It's that some of the legacy people that we absolutely
also
love and adore, they're now selling in the legal market, such as Remo. Remo's in the legal market, Redbeard's in the legal market. So, like, I mean, really, if you truly love the legacy guys, why not follow them to where they're now selling their wares?
A lot of people.
Oh, I don't disagree. I disagree.
I can't remember his last name. John 7 Acres, Al.
Yeah, Fowler.
John Fowler. He came out of the medical community. He's one of us.
Yep.
And I mean, he's left 7 Acres, and I don't know what he's doing now, but he was a very big person in our cannabis community because we watched him go from a closet grower into somebody who opened a very reputable legal.
Yeah, he was. I did a video recently, and he was involved in like Fill the Hill, speaking up there. I ran into him at the Treating Yourself Expo, and I wrote something about him in the article. And he saw me the following year, and he had this great big bag of weed on him. And he reached into the bag of weed and grabbed me a handful of cannabis and stuck it in my pocket and thanked me for what I had written and for what I did and stuff like that. And said, thank you very much. And the next thing I know, he's running 7 Acres. He
exactly. Before I forget to ask, Alfred, you got to come and have a hangout with us sometime.
Actually,
say hi to Marlis.
John was with them when they came out with this.
I remember that, and I had one. I had a green one.
I love the saying. Just so you know, there's no advertising whatsoever on the outside of the hat. It just says respect the plant. And
I've got a couple of pork mats from them that says respect the plant. Yeah.
And he brought that respect the plant to the Karma Cup.
This is where I got
sponsorships. And they sponsored and hosted the lounge area of the Karma Cup a few years ago, a few years in a row. You know, there are others that still do that. Trail Cannabis goes out to things like the Harvest Cup, and they go to other events. But they just can't. I find it stupid that the legal market can't show their wares.
No, but 7 Acres. He went
right
above and beyond at his sponsorship. When we went to the Karma Cup, I mean, I walked away with hats and shirts and jars and you know, mats for your mouse or your bong or whatever. They sponsored me when I first started on a different show, on a giveaway show. I mean, they sent me a couple of boxes of stuff, right? You know, and didn't even question it. It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, sure, no problem. Here you go. What's your address?
Lumber is the same thing, and you know,
here's the thing to consider too is much of the legacy market was built around and by patients for patients. And with legalization, we got lost. And like Cindy says, stick around. We've been fighting for a long time. Our battle is hardly over.
We just got to continue that fight. We're not done yet.
Exactly.
There's an emerging.
What needs to change? One of the things I've always disliked about the community is the anger. We can do this without anger now. We don't have to yell and scream at each other and say, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want. There are a lot of studies out there for us to fall back on. Even though our government in Canada still says cannabis isn't medical, they've been forced into giving us a medical program, which they're trying to weasel out of. By just giving us one program. It won't work. We won't let it.
Correct. And this is where our battle is hardly over.
With that in mind, one of the products, so one of the 28 grams that's in the Karma Cup is not in there to get us high.
It's a placebo.
There is a medical gram in here. In the sativa dominant, there is one that the THC is 6.92 and the CBD is 9.33.
Wow.
So that's a CBD product. Yeah. No, that's a fantastic. Yeah. Very cool. But we usually have CBD in the Judge Kit anyway.
And you know what?
That's not the comment I'm making. I'm talking like they're trying to push out the medical, but yet we have a gram in here that is purely medical.
What's going on now with the legal entities in the rec stores and the being able to order here and order there, and including the Karma Cup, is oh shit, I lost it. I'm sorry.
CRML.
I lost it. Fuck.
Yeah. It'll come back.
We were talking about how they're trying to push the medical out.
Oh. No, didn't come back. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
No.
I tried. I was hoping, man. It sounded really positive there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was on a roll, and then it just...
You were on a roll there.
Look, something shiny.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, I'll talk about that when we close out the show. We're not there yet. We still got
7 minutes.
But I got to agree with Alfred there though. The culture end of things in the legacy market, I see it being different versus it's business on the other end. And I know there's business in the legacy market, but there's also a lot of compassion in the legacy end as well. And I don't see that. And unfortunately, the laws and the regulations prevent I look at it anyways, as far as the compassion end. And I know that the LPs have had some compassion programs, but some of them have all gone to the side as well.
Most of the medical programs are gone. Even Truro Cannabis, who was started as a medical program, has dropped out of it, and causing Lenny to open up through his pharmacy a medical program, right, with Optimus Cannabis. And
I know that we do have one licensed producer down here that is fighting to stay completely medical.
Really?
They are not.
Oh, there are a few.
Yes.
There are a few, but the unfortunate part of it, though, is even though there's a few that are still clinging on, unfortunately, if you're not in the rec business, it's about money. It's not about helping people. Unfortunately, that part of things is not about helping people. It's about how much money can I make with pot. Okay. So even though that's where I was going to, even though I know a handful of medical people that have been around since Section 56s and MMAR. I was in the MMAR program. That's 3 programs ago. Okay. I chose to go and look at the legal market and see what they have that I can use. So be it medical or recreational, if there's a strain in the recreational store, I can just go and do it. And I think that's what Health Canada is counting on.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I know a patient that found a strain in the store that they like, and they're happy with the price. So, but guys, another comment there. He says, I took the cause and was surprised how much you didn't need to know about cannabis and more about vetting your customers.
Yeah, the can sell program, which is how you become licensed to work in any.
Oh, okay, that's what the can serve. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is when you go into the cannabis store and the windows aren't covered up, so you can see all the happy customers, just like the liquor store. If you have to hide, then we will do that. Hide.
In Nova Scotia, our cannabis stores are hidden in the back of our liquor stores.
Speaking of legacy people who have gone into the legal market, Brittany Guerrera, she was involved with Mark Emery back in the day at the Hamilton store, culture store. She's now in the legal market. She does a lot of representation for different businesses in the legal market, stuff like that. And she's flourishing in it. So that's just another example of somebody who's gone from legacy to legal.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Now, as far as Alfred
Mark tried, they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, Alfred and the store window end of things. British Columbia has just dropped that. I believe Alberta has dropped. Maybe another province has dropped that. I completely agree with you, Alfred, on that. And I also look at the security issues when it comes to covering up the stores. And Cindy, boy, they really got your stores buried.
No, you know what?
The next thing I'd like to see is
the reason I brought up Brittany.
I'd like to see cannabis lounges. I'd like to see.
We're still a little bit behind. The reason I brought up Brittany is because she discovered that if you take all of the cannabis out of the store, you don't need the covers. So some stores are doing that. They're not having any cannabis visible in the store at all. Somebody has to go back into the back room to get it. So there's no reason for the windows to be covered. And that is a security thing, Al. I mean, there are places in the U.S. they're just walking in with guns blazing, give me your fucking weed, and they leave. Thank God it's not happening. I mean, it has happened. It happened in Hamilton. Somebody got shot.
Well, when I moved to Camelford, we used to go into the liquor store and write down the code that we wanted on a piece of paper and take it to the counter, and then the clerk would go into the back of the store and grab the bottle of liquor that you want that you bring it out.
I used to go in with my mom. We were allowed to walk in, and I used to get those little tiny pencils. And can I do it? Oh yeah, I remember it.
Yeah,
I remember the liquor store. I grew up going to the Summerhill liquor store on Yonge Street, which is one of the oldest ones in the city of Toronto.
So
and they had those. They still have some of those big menus on display, I believe.
Right. So now we've been legal for over 5 years.
We also have
all kinds of studies. How many people are dead now from cannabis consumption now that we've been legal and it's available? How many people have died from cannabis consumption?
In Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know of anybody in Canada.
This is the look everybody is giving.
Here's the right. What the fuck do you mean? I don't know. I don't think anybody could die from. Here's the thing: it is a completely safe, non-lethal, recreational, medicinal, and nutritional substance. So open up those freaking windows.
And healing.
Get the leaves down into the supermarket or at least the farmer's market, because that shit juiced is super healthy and promotes wellness beyond. Get shit like this instead of the Karma Cup. In addition to the Karma Cup, let me rephrase that. Let's get an edible competition going. Let's get a grow competition. This is how I would like to see the legal market grow. Now, the legacy market should have been in full charge of the legalization. That didn't take place. Instead, they were ostracized and the rules were ridiculous, and I see them laxing. But yay, double shout out to everybody who jumped through all of the hoops and then some, because that was a hell of an acrobatic job.
We've got to go soon. Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
You only got a few minutes left. So
I still have 3 packs left. Our next show is on the 27th. If there's any left, we'll do some more.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, I really enjoyed learning so much about this. I have never been to the Karma Cup or any cup here in Canada.
Oh boy. Let's go watch some of the old videos.
Oh, yeah.
I do plan to go to Shannonville and maybe the Six Nations one.
So you're going to the ICC?
To what?
You're going to the ICC?
Indigenous Cannabis Cup?
Yes.
Very cool. We'll be there.
All right. Come see us at the booth.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Excellent.
We'll be broadcasting live from there on Sunday. Irene's up to it.
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm going to say we got to pack it in because I got 3 minutes worth of stuff to run here.
All right.
It's
good
been
night,
grand.
everybody. Thank you for joining us, Cindy and Irene.
It was fun being your protagonist.
Unfortunately,
Thanks,
Sarah didn't make it, but maybe next time.
Good weed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Say good night.
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 Good.
Is 420 camping your thing? Do you like cannabis cops? Want to learn more about cannabis? Enjoy music festivals? Living on the East Coast or looking for a really good reason to visit? Then Harvest Fest is calling your name.
Join us the weekend of July 14th to 16th at Fox Mountain Camping Park in the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, to meet like-minded people, have your cannabis questions answered, listen to great bands, and have a blast.
Service lots available and camping is included in festival admission. $60 for the weekend, or $30 for Friday, and $40 for Saturday. Food trucks, hot showers, flush toilets, and accessible washrooms. Rolling contest sponsored by Canadian Lumber Limited, with chances to win a case of rolling papers and more throughout the weekend.
For info about attending or vending, email chair@mumm.ca. Hope to see you there.
Are you a cannabis content creator? Are you looking for a place to have your content seen? If you answer yes to both questions, then you need to check out CBGtv.com. We are the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com.